Well, hello, beautiful. We're doing lesson number 5, the first in our actual usable magic, not the building blocks of it. You've learned about many things that are internal forces up until this point, but now it's time to start working with some external stuff. This is another concept we'll cover later, your internal, external landscape, and how we navigate those things. The first magical spell we learn is one of trickery. And so this magic spell I call the illusory because it is based in illusion and it is a spell that attacks our mind. But first, let's take one moment to appreciate this beautiful, mossy, mountain, blue sky beauty. Yeah. So, the illusory, being a spell that attacks the mind, is something that is easily dispelled with the internal forces and building blocks that I've armed you with coming up to this lesson. However, being able to distinguish an illusory before we start learning about the path is really important, because we live in a world of illusories. The perfect example of an illusory are the lies we're told as a child about Santa Claus, the Tooth Fairy, and all this. We're led to believe something that isn't reality, and therefore we're not actually living in the truth. We're being manipulated into believing something that's not true. However, this can be wielded against us in powerful ways, such as convincing us that magic isn't real. A lot of ideas that just don't add up the more you think about them. The more base reality comes into your field of perspective, the more and more you're going to notice, hey, illusory, another illusory. You're probably going to get a little angry because you're going to be like, where are these coming from? And you know what? Don't get worked up. Just relax for now. Just be happy that you're aware of it. You just got to kind of accept it and move forward. Now that we're aware of base reality, we're aware of illusories lurking in our subconscious, being played upon every day by the forces that control us, them whatever they are in the world you choose to see. But there is undeniably forces that are up to no good on this planet. The supervillains won at some point. And the thing about the illusory is it's not all a bad spell. Sure, it is something that preys on the mind, and creates a false faith in something that isn't actually real. You can still use this magic for good. So, a side of the illusory that is Santa Claus, Tooth Fairy, yada yada, that is good and positive because everything has a balance, is the hope and the belief and the wonder that it inspires. And there's something to be taken from that. Positive point of the illusory is that it can be used to give people faith and empower them. I shouldn't have let go of that rope. I was too busy casting a spell so that if you use this magic to do bad, it is going to do horrible things to your life. So don't do it. Just be good. Be aware of it and rise above it. And yeah, crap. So, and it's all icy too. In case, that'd be good content. That would be good content, wouldn't it? Yeah, people love stupid shit happening. Dumb ways to die. So many dumb ways to die. Okay, we're safe. I got the rope again. Becoming more and more aware of the illusories that are at play in our world and the things we don't see. We don't need to become a conspiracy theorist. We don't need to come up in arms against these things. Just the decision that, hey, you know, that doesn't add up and that's not right is enough. It's a step forward and a step forward in the right direction that we can all use. So, when we're utilizing the information we have up till now to defeat illusories, we're going to be using our ability to observe and absorb base reality and asking ourselves in our heart's compass how we feel about what's going on in base reality. And then if our intuition comes up, reaffirm it with our heart's compass. And all the while, we're going to be trying to defeat all the stupid shit that's happening up here. So, remember, the illusory is a thought that isn't real. So in base reality, illusory cannot exist. However, if we are holding on to our doubts, and our doubts are strong in our heart, then that illusory gains power. That lie, that mistaken identity begins to grow. And as that mistaken identity grows, it gets harder and harder to defeat. And that's why it's going to take longer and longer for some of us to actually get full control of the beginning lessons we've gone over. Because the bigger the illusory, the more power that beast in your mind has to fight you. So, I know you're thinking, Fluid Druid, how do I battle this savage spell I've been under for most of my life? We've been working a lot with the mind and the heart. Since we've been working with the mind and the heart, I've held back a key little aspect of information because I wanted you to know what was at stake before you started seeking these forces. And these forces are the spirits that empower our mind and our heart. They're a very personal thing, and they're part of your true name. Another magic we'll cover later. Very important not to reveal true names. They're holy. They are sacred. In discovering the true name of your mind and your heart, you will also discover where it is that your magic will start. Along with your heart's name, you'll find your power the same. If we're going to get the beast that is our mind to work for us, we're going to need a powerful ally. So, once we've learned, I guess, more earned the true name of our heart and the spirit that was gifted to this body upon its birth, we're going to be gifted its power because it already resides within us. You immediately might have had the image come to your mind or a memory pop up. Once we've acquired this relationship, we have our first ally we're going to need to truly tame the mind. You understand the concept, but now we're going to put it into practice. Because if you want to defeat the illusories, you want to exist in base reality, you want the magic to become part of your world, you're going to need a friend to get this mind on your side. Society has empowered the mind. It is a very powerful enemy. As you'll learn, as you age, or as you've aged, powerful enemies are often even more powerful friends. And similar to your heart, your mind has its own identity, its own spirit that was gifted to this body with your birth. And it's your job to learn it and bring it to your side. Your mind is the dark force of the two. So, stay strong and stay beautiful.